rolling 12 months, 3 months, 9 months, or breaking out on a monthly basis. And this gives you, looking at trending is what we're doing here. Now, if I move to the left of the monthly rolling data button, I move into how far back do I want to see my data. Now we're looking at this in a line graph or a line chart, and I can go back, max goes back to 2009. So I can move that around, max that out. I also have the ability to switch between a line chart and a bar chart. So if I like to visually look at it differently, I can move it to a bar. The only difference here is that we can only go back a total of 3 years max with our bar chart. Okay? Questions so far on basic navigation?
I like the mountains.
You like the mountains?
I like the mountain ones. Look like Colorado.
You want me to go back to the line? Okay. So basic navigation is good. Which one's Mount Evans? Well, I got a couple there. I got Bierstadt, I got Evans, I got Longs, right? Okay. Okay. Now, that's basic navigation. What I want you to do is take your eye up to the upper left-hand side of the screen, and I want you to look at this tab. We are looking at data for the entire MLS. Keep in mind the entire MLS today is the 6 Denver metro area counties and all of the San Luis Valley and any additional agents that have joined us from Iris, as well as anywhere else around the state. So that's what this is representing right here. And some of you might say, okay, that's great, and some of you might say, I need to zoom into an area. So depending on how you're going to want to use the data, we can adjust what we're looking at. So now notice there's a directional arrow up here right next to entire MLS. And if we click on that directional arrow, it's going to allow us to modify our search. We can move into a specific city, county, zip code, and you also have the ability to create your own individual areas. We also have association MSAs on there. So what we've done is we've worked with each of the associations to determine their specific areas, and we will create a calculation of statistics for whatever their areas are represented there. So if I wanted to zoom in to, let's say, a zip code, I can select zip code, type that in, select it from my drop down, and now my statistics change, and I am looking at sold listings for single family detached in 80015. That's my trend there.
Can you put more than one zip code in?
Yes, so if you'll notice at the top, if I move to the right, there's a button that says add an area. I can compare up to 4 zip codes side by side, or 4 different areas side by side. If I wanted to go out, maybe I don't want it to be a zip code. Maybe I want to go 80015, I want to go the city level, and I want to go the county level. I could do it in that respect. I don't have to be zip, zip, zip. I can be zip, county, my custom area, whatever I want to do there.
That's for comparison. What about inclusion?
So you're not going to include it, you're going to do a comparison. So it's an individual comparison. Now, if you wanted to do an inclusion, let's say you want to see 8015 and 8016 together, you're going to draw that shape independently on a map, and that's right up here where we create our own custom areas. I'll show you that in just a minute, okay? Questions right now on what we can do? Yes, ma'am.
So you're able to use that for, say, a specific neighborhood?
Yes, so this is where you're going to drill into a subdivision, a neighborhood. You're going to draw your own shape and make that whatever geographic location you want it to be. So yes, that's where we're going to do that. Any other questions right here on selecting this? Okay. Now, once we get what we want up here, and I'm going to show you one more navigation button that's on the screen here. If, let's say I wanted to split detached and attached together. So I'm going to select those both. Notice that right above each one of the variables on the right-hand side, there's an icon that looks like 2 arrows. See that? That arrow icon is called our split value icon. If I click on that, now my graph changes, and I can see attached, detached in that 80015 for sold listings and how that market went, okay? Once I generate whatever statistic I want on the screen, I then, obviously this is a great visual reference for me personally, but what if I want to do something with it? That's where the share button comes into play. So when I click on the share button, what it's going to allow me to do is take this graph in its exact state and share it out. At the very top, you see I have two choices. I have static and live. If I choose static, it's going to give me a snapshot of exactly what I see on the screen right now with those exact numbers. If I choose live, it's going to be updated every single time whoever I'm sharing it with click on the link. So if I click on live, and that includes the PDF, because the PDF generates with the URL, which is kind of cool. It doesn't happen that often. Usually when we think PDF, we think static print, and yeah, that's great for print. But if you take a PDF, choose the PDF option, you have a URL that's attached to it, and if they were to come back and click on it, it would update if you chose live. So we have, once you pick the type or the style of the data you want to share, then you can go down and say, I want it in a PDF format, I want to share it on social media or through email, which will give you a URL. Maybe I want to embed it in my web page. So for those of us who have access to the back end side of our web pages and we can frame in additional pieces, that's what this is going to do. So maybe you work a specific market area, or you are targeting a specific market, whatever that is. It might be an area, it might be a zip code, it might be a demographic. And you generate statistics, you can embed that chart right on your web page. So when customers come to, maybe you have a page in it about, I don't know, the Tuscany neighborhood. That's who you market to. They can come in and see graphic charts on what trending is going on in Tuscany. And every time they come to that page, if you chose live, it's going to update that chart every single time they see it. Last but not least, for those of you who like hard numbers or raw data, you can export the raw data from this in a CSV file. So you can take it out, push it into Excel, do whatever you want with it from the hard numbers there. So questions on those basic navigation tools right now? Yes, sir.
Maybe not so much on that, but I noticed this new option to look at rental data here, and that's obviously just being added to the MLS. Will that be included here down the track?
So yes, rental data, right now, he's from New Jersey. Okay, I was wondering what that was. So right now we're looking at single family, attached and detached. And yes, rental is in here, but to break it down just into the rentals, not yet, okay? Right, so right now I can't just see rentals. It's just everything active or sold or whatever for that specific. But what we can do is ask for leased as one of these statistics. Right now it's not a huge, and we've had rentals in the system for, what, 2-3 years now? It's just not a huge thing that goes into our system because they're in and out and off the market as our market changes. I'm sure that will be more prevalent, okay? Other questions on navigation? How to do this? With a few clicks, you get a lot of powerful information, and just for you or to share it with your customers. Now, if I wanted to do side by side, add an area, I could plug that in here. Notice my chart changed on the bottom. Maybe I wanted to zoom into, look at a comparison of a different zip code that's similar but not exact. And my chart continues to change. So at your fingertips statistics. All right, now let's talk about how we can. Then if you just wanted Highlands Ranch, we'd go to city.
Well, because some listings out there have Littleton, some of them have Highlands Ranch listed as a city, and that doesn't help me.
Okay, so I'll give you the next solution for that then.
That's where I used to.
Okay, I will fix that too, all right? Let's fix that. Let's fix what we're talking about right now. Okay, I'm just gonna grab this and fill that in real quick. Right, he wants it included, so I'll give you the inclusive option. Notice on my toolbar, again, on the upper right-hand side, I have different tabs. We are gonna go into my areas, okay? So my areas gives us a map. It's a map tool, and I can draw on this map wherever I want. So if I wanna drag my map or jump down to Highlands Ranch, jump down here, zoom in, zoom out, depending on what works for me, okay? So here I am. And what I can do from here is use my polygon or my radius drawing tool. And I can grab a shape. I'm going to use radius because it's easy today. I can draw it, whatever that radius is. Now, once I draw that shape, and I could do a polygon as well to make it whatever shape I wanted, up on the right-hand side, there's a big green save button. See that? So now, what I can do is draw my shape. Here's the area I want to compare. I click on my save button. I label this as my area. And yeah, I know that's not all Highlands Ranch. It's okay. And I click save. Now what it's going to do at the bottom is it's going to tell me it's saved my area, how many square miles and how many listings are included in that area that I just saved. Max square miles is 270, right? So when you're drawing your shape, the max size it can be is 270 square miles for a specific area.
And is that listings included how far? If you only went back 1 year, then it would show you that, or is it all, it's total?
So it's total in there, but then it'll change depending on how far back I look in the years. So, okay?
So what I'm saying is, that's the raw data, and then I'd have to go back and then change it to 1 year, and then it would change the number.
Correct. Well, it's not going to change it here. That's just telling us in that area I selected, there's 9,460 properties. Okay? Now watch what happens. We'll come back to my areas in a second. Once I create the area, I now have that available to me in InfoSparks. So I bounce back to my InfoSparks tab, I come up to the drop down, and now I have a box that says My Areas. I didn't have this before. When I click on My Areas, now there's my Highlands Ranch area that I drew, and it's going to crunch those numbers. I can pick whatever housing variable I want. I can do my time frame back and how it's looking at it, and then I can pick my statistical item down here at the bottom. Take some time, a second sometimes when we're doing this. So now I can zoom into whatever area I want to create. Did I answer your question, Jim?
Well, so now, can I go back, because now I can go to the 12-month up there at the top?
Mm-hmm. And I want to do monthly?
Yeah,
There we go.
okay.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty fast.
It's the foothills now, not the.
Correct. Yeah, it is. Okay, so my areas, I can create my areas as many as I want. I come back to the map. I need to create another one over in North Park Hill, wherever. Once I've created those areas, notice just to the right of the save button, this is a section where all of my custom areas will be found, okay? So if I needed to come in here and modify, add, change, do something different, create more, or modify my shape for Highlands Ranch, I just come in here, select it. Now my circle for Highlands Ranch comes up. It's too big, it's too small, it's not the right shape, whatever I need to do, and I can modify that or delete it if I needed to manage my own custom shapes.
So if I copy and paste that in URL to create a link.
Okay? You're going to do that back here. So let's go back to InfoSparks, and I want to share it. Let's say I want to create the link. It's going to do it for me automatically here. So see where it says social media and email? I'm going to click this green share button, and there's my URL. Okay? I can copy and paste this. This is what it's going to look like. So it's branded to you at the very top, and here is the statistical information from that chart.
Do we have any ability at all to title it?
You do not currently have the ability to title it other than what is showing up right in here.
Whatever you name it.
Correct, for the custom. So whatever you name it there, that's what's going to show up. The thing is, you are going to, the one thing that you will have to do is explain what is going on here. So what was the statistic? I mean, it says median sold price for Highlands Ranch. It says it up there, but you might want to explain that in email, however you're marketing it out. If you're pushing it to social media, if you put it out on Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever you push that to, this is the chart they're going to see when they look at it. You might want to explain in the description what that is. Yes?
If you
you drag your cursor over the line, does it still tell you month by month in this display? Yeah.
Okay? So that's share, and it doesn't matter which one you share, you're going to get something similar. If I were to do my embed code, it will give me the HTML code to copy and paste this and put it embedded into my web page in the backside. So for all my techies in the room, you know exactly what I just said.
But that has nothing to do if I do, it's embedded, but if I want it to be live, so I don't have to keep changing.
It's live.
It's, that already makes it live.
So what we do up here, we click live,
It says static.
we click live, then we embed, then we share, and there you copy that. Okay?
Okay, good. Susan, you got that?
I was just gonna say, Susan, you got that down.
Okay, what else can I answer for you on this one? Something you might use? Okay, one more thing. You noticed how some of Jim's information was on his report. There's a profile up here. So next to my areas, there is a profile tab. In the profile tab, we're already going to pull over your information that we have for you in RE Colorado. You can upload an image, so if you wanted to upload your headshot, a logo, whatever you wanted to put in there, you can. And then here's all the information that we're pulling over currently from RE Colorado. Yep. Let's say you didn't want facts in there, you can check that, and then this becomes a free type text box. I can click in here, remove it, put whatever else I want in here, okay? So if there's anything in there you don't want displayed on your report header, you can automatically come in here and modify that. Doesn't change your RE Colorado account on our corporate end, it just changes it for that report header, okay?
So on the report header, you put a picture, it's gonna show there. Like,
Correct, so on the report header, right here next to your name, your headshot would be right here, or logo.
If you already have a photo uploaded to RE Colorado.
Not gonna pull over, separate profile.
Okay.
Yep, so it's a separate even though you've added your image to Matrix, those don't talk to each other in that respect. For profile, you need to come in here and add another image. Okay, good question. Any other questions on profile reports here?
So let's say that I wanna do an analysis on one of my particular listings now.
Okay, then we're gonna go to my metrics to do that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you ready for me to go there, or do you want me to talk about fast stats?
No, let me ask
So the pro and con between the live and giving you, or just a static one, is your client can go in there anytime to get the updated information. Or if you wanna, you see what I'm saying, or maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's not.
Kind of depends on what you want to do with it.
Yeah, well, you're the trusted advisor. You give them good information, they're gonna call you. Except for that one guy from Detroit that I know.
I think the one thing that it does allow us to do is it allows you to be the area expert. You're putting that information out, they're like, oh, look at all this great information that Jim has, or Steve has, or if anybody has those, oh, they're the area expert, I can go on here and find out what's happening in my neighborhood.
Yeah,
Okay.
like your farming neighborhood, page on your website that just constantly updates that.
Yep. Yep, so it's all business model. What's your business model? How do you want to apply it? Do you want it static? Do you want it live? It's up to you. Okay, one more section in here, and this program's kind of two parts. So this is the interactive piece. We also have a section at the top labeled Fast Stats. So Fast Stats, you may have been familiar with it previously, was the ability to pull market updates on their in arrears monthly statistics. But we don't have a lot of customization. It's the what you see is what you get PDF reports. And we've had these in the past. These are just a little bit more enhanced. Now we have the ability to not just look at them from the county level, but also drill into a city level specifically for this local market update. You'll notice on the left-hand side we have local market updates, monthly indicators, and annual reports. These second two, monthly indicators and annual reports, we can only see those for the entire RE Colorado market. We can't drill in on these, okay? But we can, for our local market update, drill in for county or city level. Now, I could select an area from the drop-down over here on my left. I could select it there and pick it, Or I can come over here on the map, and the map is interactive. So if I click on Douglas County, it's going to pull up two things here for me. I can see all the different cities and drill into a city level report, or I can click on a county level report and pull that up. If I want to see what's going on in Highlands Ranch, I simply click on Highlands Ranch. It gives me the PDF document for the local market update. In this case, I picked the most recent, which was May of 2017, but I can go back monthly increments however I want. If I wanted to see April of 2016, that report is in here as well. So then here I have my PDF fixed document that tells me what's going on in Highlands Ranch for last month. This would be a nice piece to supplement your listing presentations. It could be a nice piece to set out on a counter for an open house.
Can we brand ourselves to that?
This one cannot be customized, modified in any way. It is what it is. What we see here is what we get. So those are fast stats. And again, if I wanted to see county, I could jump up here, click on the county, and it's going to just pop up those statistics. You could present maybe Highlands Ranch versus Douglas County and look at those side by side. Okay?
And no zip code, you can't.
Not on this level. So this level is city and county for local market update, but not drilled in any farther than that. That's when you're going to go back to InfoSparks. Pardon me?
Attached and detached, there's no way to separate.
Nope, not in this one. So that's why we have different tools, because then that's when you go back to InfoSparks to do those things, or Matrix, or whatever you are really drilling in for. Because Matrix will even let you drill in farther statistically. Okay? Questions on this one? If I clicked on monthly indicator or annual report, again, we are looking at the entire RE Colorado database, also a month in arrears. And if I were to just generate the report, it's going to give me a multi-page report, in this case again for the last month, on what's happened in the overall market in our database.
Doesn't put my heart on it.
Yeah,
Well, at least there's something.
at least it's going.
A couple people told me I didn't have a pulse though.
Must have years. There we go.
Questions on fast stats?
So you can also do that by the associations, is that correct?
So this one, the only one we can do association level is InfoSpark. So that's where we've created that one. Let me go back, hang on, to this one. We have association MSAs for local market updates specifically, okay? So we did drill in on this specific report for association MSAs here. So if we click there, here is where you can drill in to this specific associations, but it's just this top report, not the monthly indicator or the annual report, okay?
Let's just look at one of those. Show us
Yep.
one.
Okay, how did you get there to the association?
So I am on the local market update, so I'm on the dark green, and then from the map, on the lower right-hand side, there's a green box at the bottom of the lower right-hand side of the map, and I just clicked on Association MSAs, and here we can look at SMIDRA's. And here it tells you what SMIDRA has chosen to include as far as counties. So they're doing Adams, Arapahoe, Broomfield, Denver, Douglas, Elbert, and Jefferson, and this is that report for May. Got it? Okay. More questions on fast stats?
So with the merger, the Denver and, I can't see down at the bottom.
Denver, Innsbruck,
So we have,
Mountain Metro, Realtors of Central Colorado, and then we're gonna have Steamboats and
yeah, so we have our primary, the Mountain Metro, Smidger, Aurora, Denver. We also have done a Pikes Peak MSA, we've done a Northern Front Range MSA, which is Iris essentially.
How do you get that data?
It's what's in our system currently.
yeah, so there's, your data's gonna be,
It's not, yeah, it's,
Right.
I mean, this is getting stronger and stronger every day, this one
Right.
is, right?
yeah, it's getting stronger because people are adding ours to our system.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Iris agents are putting their stuff in our system now.
When you click on the Denver Association because of the merger, there's a including.
Well, is there an
Yeah. So Denver picked their own counties. So each association picked their own counties and told us what they wanted this report to generate on.
Albert or oh, that's because they're now a partner.
Well, yeah, and then they have, yeah, because then they're pretty big.
The merger.
Yeah.
Okay, are you limited to the number of counties?
I don't believe on the MSAs that they were. Okay, any other questions here?
Click on Smithers again, and we'll see what counties
Adams, Arapahoe, Broomfield, Denver, Douglas, Elbert, and Jefferson.
So they don't have like Park,
we should add.
we should have what?
Park County.
Deb Shipley worked with the statistics group at each one of the associations to determine what these were. So if you need to modify, change that.
6.1, go back to Denver, just to, you get rid of it. So 6.2, 6.1.
Okay? Okay, any more questions on fast stats? So 2 products essentially inside of InfoSparks fast stats, InfoSparks at your fingertips, pick and choose housing variables, pick and choose areas, whatever statistic you want out. Fast stats drill in, but those are static reports, 1 month in arrears. Top one, drill into the city, county, or association level. Monthly indicators, annual reports, all are RE Colorado in its whole, okay?
So the difference also, you can't share like you do with InfoSparks and FastStats.
FastStats is just a PDF. You can do whatever you want with it. So this is a PDF. I can share it. I can print it. I can download it to my desktop and save it, and then I can do whatever I want with it. It's just a PDF document. So you can, however you would share the PDF. All right. We also want to talk about drilled in metrics, okay? So we talked, these are holistic. And now let's drill into your individual metrics. So I went back, keeping in mind that at the top browser, top part of our browser, everything I went into opened up in a new tab, so I can bounce between all of those. I came back to Connect. So I found my Connect tab on my browser, and I'm going to go in now to my metrics. So right next to InfoSparks, under the RE Colorado Stats News and Reports panel is my metrics. And this is where we can track how our individual listings are performing on recolorado.com, the HomeSnap app, any IDX sites that the listings are presented on, as well as any syndication channels that we push our listings out to. Now, today, this is what this looks like. It's going to change in about a month. So don't get your heart really connected to this UI because it's going to change. The new one's a little bit easier to look at. We took a lot of feedback from you guys and said, hey, here's how we want to see this data. And so we've created a new product. Does the same thing, just looks a little bit different and has a little bit more customization features in it. But let's talk about what we see right now. You'll notice on the left-hand side, we have 4 tabs or 4 navigation buttons here. Right now, we're looking at the dashboard. So when we look at this data right now, we are looking at, I'm in Jim's account, his listings holistically, okay? So all of his listings collectively together, how they're performing on .com, how they're performing on HomeSnap. I can toggle between, this is this week, I can toggle between week, view, month, and day. I can also toggle between MLS, IDX, and syndication. So if I come down here to my top left-hand corner, I can see how his listings performed for the month. And when I hover over it, it's going to tell me this is how many views his listings had holistically on .com, how many views his listings had on HomeSnap for the last month. Okay? If I wanted to switch between MLS, the syndication channels, or IDX, I could get that view here as well. Okay? Dashboard-wise, it's also telling us.
Can you show us IDX just to be, I want to see what shows up.
Sorry, say that again?
MLS, but you didn't show us IDX.
Oh, sure.
Just show, I want to see what IDX.
Yeah. Some of the more top performing IDX vendors, okay? Those are the top 10. You want to see all of them?
Yeah.
I can do the directional arrow here, and I can go to all. Zillow's not on here because Zillow, this is IDX. Zillow's not IDX. Zillow is syndication. So, gotta toggle to syndication to see Zillow. Two different things. Okay, you see what you're seeing?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna switch back. As we look at this, it's also going to tell us, don't get your heart set on this heat map because the heat map isn't coming with us to the new product. But what this is telling me right now is where in the country agents are going to recolorado.com and HomeSnap to look at Jim's listings. So clearly we have a concentration here, but you'll notice over here in Southern California, Chicago area, we have some activity that's hitting recolorado.com. That's nice to see the power of what some consider a local site on a national level, okay? How many inquiries were made on collective properties? How much time were customers staying on one of the listings? This is always really interesting, and I think it's pretty powerful. If a customer is sitting on a listing for over a minute, that's a long time. And on average, we're getting 1.38 minutes on .com for the views. I just kept scrolling down. Scroll down the page, and you'll have duration. You can also watch visitors, how the visitors are trending to the listings overall. How many are saving listings? Top 10 performing listings, and these might include listings that aren't currently active. These are just the top 10 performing listings. What we could do with that information is say, hey, what did I do to market page post versus something that's not even on the list? Start analyzing some of the information about, what did I do here that made this one perform better than others? And shares, we don't have any shares specifically. So on .com, you have the ability to share the listings, the customer does, to social media. And right now, nobody's doing that on any of the listings. So that's our overall dashboard. If we move over to the left, we can drill in under listing stats right here. And I can do it on a per listing level. So I see the exact same information, but only on that listing. So let's see how this one did. Do you have one you want me to look at over another? Okay. As I look at this, I get this dashboard right across the top. How many views, how many inquiries, and an inquiry, even though there's a phone there, the inquiry is specific to the customer going in and providing their credentials. It's not picking up the phone. We don't have the ability to track that. But it will give us the ability to currently, if they type into .com, hey, give me more information. It's my understanding our new enhanced product, if a customer's on a mobile device and hits your phone number, that will also track as an inquiry going forward, okay? Views, shares, but now we can drill in on the individual listing level. How did this listing do versus similar homes in the area as far as views, visitors? This one we could track trending of, hey, maybe you dropped the price, maybe you did a marketing piece on this specific address and it pushed traffic. So we had some decline and then it pushed. Who knows what could have happened here, but you may have done a price change, you may have done some specific marketing, and you could watch that visitor trend here and see if it worked. Yes, Peggy?
So, whose listings are these, the listing stats?
His, Jim's.
Well, I have no listings, and I go to listing stats, and I'm getting those stats, and I don't have any listings. And I'm on listing.
Could I get your keys?
It could be your login. So if you're logged in as you, yeah, that's why I'm using his account, because if I log in as me, I don't get any.
No, but these are showing up.
But you're admin, right?
No.
No.
You,
I'm, no,
you aren't his considered,
I have a separate login.
but I'm guessing you two
You
are,
might have an admin account.
you might have an admin account tied to him.
Yeah. That's all right.
I can look at it. Okay, so that's what this one does. Now, again, this is information for you directly, but at the very top, and this will be available in the new product, but the new version is going to give you the opportunity to do this and pick which reports go to the seller. So what you can do right here at the very top is you can say, I want a seller's report to go to this particular address or this customer via email on a weekly basis. Essentially what we're doing is we are giving this homeowner these statistics every Monday. So they get a nice email that goes out to them on Mondays. Looks like this. Let me pull up a preview. Takes a second sometimes to populate. Here we go. It gives them their property information and then activity, and all the charts that you see, they get to see.
So it's just for the last week?
So this one, yes, is for the last week because it goes out every Monday. Now, the new version will allow you to pick which charts display on their individual reports, their individual emails. So for example, if we weren't getting inquiries or we weren't getting shares and you didn't want that on there, you can deselect and they won't see that. So it cleans up the report, makes it look really nice. Here's our activity, here's what's going on, and you can hide the stuff that isn't being done, okay? And not hide isn't the greatest word, but you know what I mean. If there aren't any shares, and it doesn't look great when there's no data. So that can be set up, easy to do. Just click on the green Here button, put in your seller's contact information. You can even have yourself be CC'd on it so that on Mondays you get yours as well. Put in some additional information. Let's say you wanted to go today and push it out on all your current listings. You could do send immediately, and then it will revert after you send it out initially to every Monday, okay? Questions on this one? You are also getting a monthly email on an overall statistics of your listing performance. So you may have seen this, you may have looked at it and trashed it, but here under My Reports, it's an archived version of it. And if we click on View, you are getting just an overall performance of your listings and RE Colorado as a whole and comparing the two. So this information could be good for self-promotion in a market area as well. Hey, I did this many, whatever this month, last month, whatever that was. On the new version of this that's coming out, we not only will have the ability to look at, let me go back to our dashboard here, week, month, and day. We will also have a custom date range option. In the new one, when it comes out in July. So there were some enhancements that were requested. It's organized a little bit differently on the dashboard. It brings up your top 10 listings right on the dashboard and their performance, and then you can drill in on all listing level. It's also going to keep track of not just active performance, but also it will have under contract performance. So sometimes we have those under contract taking backup listings. We still need to know how those are doing. This one currently will only track actives. The new one will track also track under contracts as well. Okay. What else can I answer for you today?
Questions, guys?
So can you back up and show me again how you got into that listing metrics?
For per listing level?
Just got in there.
Oh, just got in here. So from Connect, I went over to My Metrics. And when I went to My Metrics, it pulls up the dashboard, and then I can navigate from the holistically everything down into the per listing level for listing stats.
So when we send out the report that you're showing on one of our listings, we send out every Monday, is that branded to us or not?
This is exactly how it looks. It comes here, and then I believe at the bottom, it comes from you.
Comes from us, but our brand is not listed.
I believe that you have something on here. This is just a preview of it. What I would do is generate it. What I would do real quick so you can test it, put your name in here and just send it to you immediately so you can see it. I just can't remember off the top of my head where it's branded to you. But it is branded to you because you have profile information up here and this information displays on it. I just don't remember what it looks like. You're welcome. What else can I answer for you today? Nothing else?
Thank you so much.
You
for
are
sharing
very
such
welcome.
short notice. Thank you,
No
thank you,
worries.
thank you.
You guys enjoy your morning. Hopefully you learned something new and got some new tools.
Can I ask you a question totally off track of this?
Yep.